Okay, so quick thoughts on this look. I didn't have much of a plan, but what I ended up doing was going in with this medium cooler toned shade all over the lid. And then I ended up covering up most of it with other colors, but just to start with, that one seemed to apply fine with plenty of color payoff. It blends reasonably easily. I feel like there's other mattes that blend a little bit easier. These seem to take a little bit of extra effort and time, but they end up blending out fine. But I feel like there's something a little bit not thick but dense about the formula that makes it kind of stick to one area, so I do have to spend some time kind of tapping the shade out. But otherwise I feel like they perform fine. So after that one I went in with this black. I hadn't yet tried this as like a deepening shade on the outer corner. I've used it like all over the lid, and I found it kind of less even when I use it just by itself than I like. So I wanted to see how it would work just as like a deepening shade, and I feel like it worked out pretty well. It has that same quality that I was just talking about where it kind of sticks to one area. It's not the same as like, there's some shadows where that's an issue, where it's a huge problem and you just can't move them once you place them on the lid. That's not what I have happening here. This formula does move, but it takes a little bit of effort. It doesn't seem to like blend itself as some really user-friendly formulas do. So anyway, yeah, I feel like it ended up blending smoothly. Just I did use a few different brushes, a fluffy brush and a pointed pencil brush as well. And then I used the opposite of this shade. I used this warmer toned mid-tone shade on the inner part of the lid and along the lower lash line here. I wanted to see how easy it was to tell that the warm and cool apart on the eye. I feel like it's hard to tell because of the way that I applied it, but it is easy to tell them apart. They don't seem to like muddy into each other. They retain the visibility of their color very well. And then I kind of added a little bit more depth and a little bit more warmth with this deepest warm shade on the outer part of the lower lash line. And then just to top it off, I went in with a single that I have from LA Girl. This is the one called Sunset. This is one of their shade shifter duochrome shadows. Has nothing to do with this palette, but I just wanted to use it, so I put a little bit of that on the center of the lid. So this is a wear test. I am wearing my ColourPop primer on this eye, and it's almost 11 a.m. so I'll wear this the rest of the day and then see how it holds up. So it is now about 5:30, so almost 7 hours later, and this is what it's looking like. This side is primed and it still looks pretty good. It's starting to fade a little bit, but I don't really notice too much creasing on that eye, and this eye is almost starting to be noticeable with the amount of creasing that there is. So 6-7 hours I would say without primer, and then maybe this, I might be able to get like 8-ish hours out of this eye. I did wear this a couple of days ago and I kind of got similar results where it seemed like it was starting to crease early, a little bit early for me, but then it went real slow. Like I kept wearing it and it didn't get much worse for a while. So it seems like maybe that's how this palette wears. It does start creasing, but it takes a while to get really bad. So I'll see how it wears as I keep trying it out. I don't know how many more looks I'm going to do because it is kind of just all matte. And I do have some more eyeshadows and stuff, more palettes that I want to get to. So I don't know how many more looks I'm going to do that are exclusively this palette, but I will keep using it and keep figuring out what I think of it. So let me know what you think about me leaving my thoughts here in video format versus like a paragraph in the description. I've been kind of doing this, but then I've kind of been cutting it out and just like really shortening the video and just leaving it in written form. So I'm not really sure what's better for you guys, so you let me know. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.